Hey, what's up people? Here I am with one more tutorial for WordPress security series. In this tutorial, I am going to show you how to configure one of the most powerful and popular WordPress security plugin, which is already protecting over 3 million WordPress websites against hackers, malware, and all set of challenges. My name is Mazhar, and at RightSolutions, I create tutorials for all you DIY people. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get the notification for my next video. Now, without any further ado, let's head to the WordPress website dashboard and continue with our tutorial there. Let's log into our website here. Here we are at the dashboard of our website here. So just go straight to the installed plugin and just click on Add New and search for the plugin called Wordfence. This is the plugin here, Wordfence Security Firewall and Malware Scan. So yeah, just before you install any plugin, I always recommend to take a backup of your website. So in case something goes wrong, you can just bring your website back to the same state where it was before your installation. So before we install the plugin, we just have to look into some stuff here. If you just look at the 5-star rating, it's about 3,547 people already had given the 5-star to this plugin, and there are about 3 million plus active installations are running right now. So it shows the strength of the plugin. It's been trusted with a lot of people here. Looking at the compatibility of the WordPress version, so it just shows that it is compatible with the version it is installed on our server here. And the last update was about a month ago. Normally 3 million plus people. They will not abandon this many users, so possibly plugin does not have any problem. So you can just look for the further information on this plugin. If you just click here, it will bring up a pop-up screen and will show you the further information. You possibly will have some screenshots too. But we are good to install this plugin. It's the time we should click on install now. And as soon as the installation completes, just click and activate this plugin as well. Installation is completed and this plugin is activated now. So it comes up with this pop-up screen here. If you just want to continue with the protection with this plugin, so just provide them the information, your email. By providing this email address, you'll be receiving all the information or any alerts taking place on your website. So this Wordfence plugin will generate the report and will send you the information. So here the next option is they want you to just sign up for their mailing list if you want. I will say no. If you want, you can just subscribe it, but I'll say no. And here you have to just agree to their terms and conditions and the privacy policy. So just click to continue. If you just continue this here, the next screen shows you up the place where you can key in the Premier key if you had bought up the full version of it. But we are going to use the free version, which is very sufficient. So instead of just entering a key here, if you just go down here, so that you will just see that it says no thanks. It means that it will allow us to continue with the protection with the free version. So it says the plugin is activated. Please ignore this. All the updates are not done because this was the tutorial side. I just don't really work on it. So the plugin is actually activated now. So if you just go a little here on the left side in the dashboard, so you will see additional menu had come up which says Wordfence, and this Wordfence has some options here. And if you look at the top of it, so it has its own dashboard. So this is one of the good things that you can just actually get all the information on their dashboard. So if you just click on the dashboard here, so here we are. So as soon you log in, or maybe just go into the dashboard of this plugin, it gives you some tours. So if you just if you want to go through, you can just go through. But say it just gives you the information. This is the dashboard. If you just click next, it will just say this is the firewall. You can monitor your firewall settings and the progress And if you click here, so you can just have some global options which you can just go through from this button here. So that's it. So we just got it. So let's close it. So okay, here we are. So let's say let's start from the top here. If you just look at the top, it just say that the web application firewall need to do some configurations. So click here to continue. All right. So normally what it does, it actually automatically detects, most of the time it detects what are the server are you using in. So it just detected it. What we need is to download this HTXS file, because it is going to get modified with this configuration. So you need to keep this file safe in case something goes wrong with your website. So you can just get your website back by placing this HTXS file back into your folder. So just download this one here. Okay, so the file has been downloaded into my download folder. So now click continue. All right, here it is. So it just say the installation was successful. So the firewall has been already optimized now. So close it and get back to the top again. So now you'll see the first option has been gone. So now they're just asking you if you want to stay up automatically. So of course we will just enable this to enable auto update. So you don't need to just really monitor it. So just click on auto update. All right, so here is the settings. If you just look at this, this is the web application firewall, and this the firewall rules which are set up for the community. It's in the learning mode right now. So if you just look at the bottom here, the web application firewall currently in the learning mode. So you can change this learning mode. If you just go here, you can just say enable protection. But because the optimization what we had set up with the firewall, it is in the learning mode. Generally, it takes about a week to get the information how the website has been accessed through the visitors, and what type of protection the Wordfence should provide to your website. So it's advisable, as even they also mention here, that let the site be in a learning mode about a week and see what need to be set for the protection. So let it go in the learning mode for a while. And there are further settings in the firewall. I mean, as soon the learning is complete and you're ready to activate, you can just do some advanced settings here. I mean, normally it's not needed, but you still have a lot of options which you can just add the IP addresses. You can block countries, but I think the blocking country is in a premium option, so it might not work with the blocking the countries, but you can still block the IP addresses. So there are some whitelist services. You can just change it, but now you don't need. I don't suggest you to play with any of this because the automatic setup had provide good protection. So there are brute force protection options here, so you can just switch it off, switch it on, but I think you should not switch off the brute force protection. So there are some setups, some rules how you want this to be affected to your visitors and the people who are actually blocked. So the next one is the rate limiting. You can just set these settings. I don't suggest to do anything. It's actually set on a very optimum settings. So here is the whitelist URLs. You can just add URLs, whatever the URL you think that is it should not be blocked. You can just put them into whitelist, and it will just stay unaffected. So this is pretty much the firewall setting here. If you just go to the next setting in our dashboard here from the Wordfence, so it is scan. So if you click on this, So again, every time you go into the new option, it will just try to give you the tour here. So it just say scan. You can just look into the next one. Here is the manage scan settings. Here you can just do some settings, and then the next one is start your first scan here. Okay, we got it. So this is generally if you just look here, I mean scan is enabled as we activated the plugin. So, but we did not run a scan. Normally, it will be scheduled and will run automatically, but we can just run our scan here. So if you just look at here in the scan settings here, if you just click here, it will just show you some options. So there are some options which you can select. The limit scan, this is for the very initial small website, which possibly does not have enough traffic and is maybe a personal static website. So you can use this for that. But the standard scan is most it is the most recommended one always, which provides a good security. The high sensitivity, this is the setting. If you just select this one, it will change a lot of settings from your scan and from your IP blocking and letting people be away for your site for some time. And it's recommended only for the mostly for the sites which has been hacked and had a bad experience, so they can just be more strict on your setting. But normally standard scan is fine enough. You can still the next one is the custom settings. So you can still change the settings from the standard scan. If you just click on the general options here, you click down, there are some options you can just change if you want it. I don't suggest unless you really know what you want to stop and what you want to allow. And there are performance options that if you want to get your website not affected by all these scanning and all these things, you can just change this. And there are some advanced scan options. You can change them as you want. But generally, and as soon you do any changes here, it will just go to the custom scan, because you had actually made some changes to the standard one here, standard setting here. So let's go back to our scan menu. So here is, so we if you see that, okay, here the malware signatures. This is kind of information which is getting general information from the Wordfence community, and the signatures are updated every 30 days. So it is mostly okay. I mean, these signatures will keep on changing constantly, so we can just leave it. But to get it in a real time, to get it updated real time, you have to just upgrade. So probably we can live with that. So it's not a problem. So reputation checks. So these checks also, you can just if you click here, you will just see some more settings and more options here, which we can like change as we had gone through this previously. So let's go back here. So now it's the time to just see go back and run our scan. So but generally you can see that it's already finding on some problems here, and you can just see they just actually notice that my plugins are not being updated, because I normally don't log into this website. It's just a tutorial site. So but let's run the scan now. So if you just click on start new scan. Well, scanning takes a while. Depends on the data on your website. So this is actually e-commerce website, so it possibly has a lot of data on it. So we will continue as soon the scan is finished. All right, so scan has finished, and if we just look at the details about this scan here, so you can just see that it is giving the time and the date when the scan was completed. The files had been scanned, and how many plugins, and then 5 themes, 9 posts, 1 comment, and 124 URLs has been scanned in 1 minute and 4 seconds. So this is all the information. Got it? The details are down here. We'll just see that. You can just send this activity through email, like the log of this activity through email. You can just click here to view the log and show log. It's already showing the log here. So look at this here. It just had found results found about 11, and you can just see the problems. What are the problems here? The plugin WooCommerce needs to upgrade, and so you can just see that it is actually looking at the problems it has been found. You know that when the plugins are not updated in the WordPress website, they are vulnerable. People can just seek into some outdated plugin and might get into your website. So if you just see that here, WooCommerce website, it just shows in red, it's critical. So the other one, Elementor, needs to be upgraded. It also critical. I just read a few days back, there was some hack on the Elementor plugin. So it's really important to upgrade. But my site is most of the time offline, so it does not matter. This is the information. So that's the scan we had just gone through. And if you just look at the ignored results, if there's something which is ignored, it will just show them here. So let's go back here. So if you can just see the server state, so it has some a problem with the server state, and as you just install it, it's a fresh website, so it does not have any traffic, so it takes time to learn. So this is pretty much with the scan. So there are some premium protections which we are not actually enabling. This is pretty much with the scan here. So if you want to just go further here, there are some tools available. If you just click on these tools here, so if you just look at this area, it will load all the traffic which is getting logged in, maybe visiting your website right now. And if you just go to the second tab here on the top, which is who is lookup. So this is the place where you can just, if you see from the previous page some IP addresses, you can just click them here and look for the IP and the domain, or maybe the location of the IP. Generally, live traffic will show you the IP address, the country, or maybe the city, most probably even the ISP provider too. So the next one is the import-export option. So all these settings what you have done with your plugin here, you can just export them, and you can also import them from the other websites. And if you look at the fourth tab here, it says diagnostics. So this is the place where you can just get the information if something goes wrong, if something is not working. So you can just go through this all, and it will provide you the information. How the stuff is functioning and what are the details. So if there's something goes wrong, it will be here, and you can just send it to the help for getting information if something you're not working. So they'll just show you how to get over if there's a problem. Okay, so that is pretty much for the diagnostic. You can send this report by email, or you can just, if you just click this, it expand all the diagnostic results. So these are the tools. Now there's another one. If you just look at the left side here, next to the tool, there's a login security. Well, this is actually pretty good. Most of the social websites, so they're offering you login security by activating two-factor authentication. So with this login security, again, the tour, if you just click on it, so it will just show you what you can do. You can add the addresses to individual whitelists, so they will not be required to go through two-factor authentication. So there's a new login page. You can just use Google CAPTCHA on the site. So if you look at this page here, so the two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication actually works with some different application which you can download on your mobile device, or maybe your pad, or your iPad, or maybe on your phone. So these are some apps here, DotHub and Google Authenticator. There are quite few. If you click here, you will just get a lot of apps to download, and you can just use them by scanning this and saving the data on your app. There are some apps which also allow you to key in the text here. So this is the first one. So the scan code, the key, you can just scan it, And then the second one, in case you do not have your device scan the code to get your authentication, so you can just download these codes. So you can just key in these codes onto the site to get yourself into the website. So this is a good protection. I'm not activating it. It's a tutorial site, so but you can do it. But all the settings of this goes here. So you can just see that you can add the users, how many users you want to activate this, and then here are the settings what you can just apply to allow these settings to take place. There are additional, as we just seen, that Google Captcha can be added. So this is full security for your login of a website. If it's a business or personal website, it protects you even better. So this is generally about the login settings here. So if you just look at the options here, the next item in the Wordfence dashboard, maybe the settings. So these are the options which we actually had seen previously. So if you can just see that they are actually arranged the global options, and then if you can see the firewall options, and here is the blocking options and the scan options and the tool options. So you can just change most of it if you need to. And as soon every time you change anything here, you have to just save settings. If you don't change, it will not take effect. This is pretty much the information about the Wordfence plugin. So let's go back into our dashboard here, and if you just you can just see all the information will be displayed here. And not only this, if you go into your dashboard of your WordPress website, so you will just see that it will have hand-on information on the front page of your WordPress website. So you don't actually have to go into the WordPress website to see the real action. It will just show you as soon you log into your website, this page loads and it monitors it. So with this, I reached to the conclusion of my tutorial here. Thanks for watching. If you like it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up or share this video. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you with the next video next week. You take care.